That's good?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Poria from Illuminex Pool Products, and I have a very cool product to show you today. We have the AquaPump VSF, one of the only pumps in the world that has Wi-Fi control, flow control, and compatibility with all the rest of our products. Let's open it up and see what's inside. We have our warranty card, our user manual, our quick start guide, available in French and in English. You get two couplings with it, 2-inch couplings. Okay, so this pump has a few cool features. The first cool feature, you can connect it to our app, use it with all your other Illuminex products, set up custom functions, and so on. The next interesting feature of this pump is that it's compatible with leading automation panels. There's a RS485 connection here. We can supply you the correct cable, and you can connect it to existing automation panel. Point number 3, we've reinforced the inlet and the outlet ports with steel to make sure when tightening a male adapter onto this, you don't accidentally break the wet end of the pump. And lastly, we have a nice convenient control panel you can use to control the device should you not have Wi-Fi connection or if you want to control the pump manually. Next, we're going to install the unions onto the pump. It comes with, we call these hybrid unions, where the inside of the union is 1.5 inch size, and the outside of the union is a 2-inch size. So let me show you how this works. So you take the 2-inch coupling, you can put it around the union, and now you can use it with a 2-inch pipe. You can use an 1.5 inch union and put an 1.5 inch pipe inside of it and use it with 1.5 inch connections. Make sure your gasket is properly placed into the union. Take the union, put it on top of the pump, thread it, and make sure it's hand tightened. You don't need to use any tools to install this. So we're going to install the inlet union, just like so. Now this AquaPump VSF 2.2 horsepower comes with hybrid unions. Our 3.9 horsepower VSF pump is only compatible with 2-inch connections. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing your products. So now the pump is ready to be installed. Remember to make sure you have at least 10 inches of straight pipe in front of the inlet and about 10 inches of straight pipe from the outlet. So first things first, we're going to open up the protective cover. There's 4 screws on each corner. Just loosen these, and we can easily remove the cover. Now there's a wire back here. You don't have to disconnect this, but just make sure it doesn't get damaged during the installation. If you want to disconnect it, there's a little pin here. You just have to push this in, and the connector comes right out. We can leave this to the side. So we supply you with a 3/4 inch liquid tight connector. Depending on your municipality and your local electrical codes, this may have to be installed with a conduit. Again, this is 3/4 inch. If you need to install a conduit, you can remove the 3/4 inch liquid tight connector and instead install a conduit connection right into this port. We're going to take our electrical wire, feed it into our connector and bring the cable all the way here to the high voltage terminal. On the high voltage terminal, again, we see we have a line, we have a neutral, and a ground. What we can do is connect the black wire to the line, the white wire to the neutral, and the green wire to the ground. So let's do the black wire first. Next, we have the neutral wire, which is white. It's marked as N on the main board. So here's your neutral connection. And lastly, we have our ground wire. There we go. Now all of our high voltage connections are made. So here we can see we have the line, the neutral, and the ground. Line gets the black wire, neutral gets the white wire, ground gets the green wire. If you are using 230 volt connection, instead of using a neutral wire here, you would supply another 115 volt black wire into the neutral line. Let's go ahead and make sure that the cable length is enough. We can tighten the liquid tight connector. It's nice and snug now. Once the electrical connections are made, we have to reinstall the cover for the pump. So we can install this in multiple orientations. The cover can rotate 360 degrees. Depending on your installation space, this might make it a little bit easier to access the front cover and the display board. For now, we're going to install it just like how it came out of the box. Make sure that our terminal for the screen is connected to the port right here. And the gasket for the cover is seated properly all around, which it is. And we're going to reinstall the cover onto the main board and tighten down the screws. So we've installed all the electrical within the pump. There's one thing we must do before we're done with the electrical installation, and that is to install the main grounding wire or bonding wire right here to our bonding terminal. All right, so now that the electrical is all connected, we're going to move on to connecting our pump to Wi-Fi. When you first open up the display screen, you'll notice that the power light is on, the screen is illuminated, and you can see a couple of functions here. For example, now we can see it's in speed 3, and it is set to run at 2200 RPM, and it's also in manual mode. Let's go ahead and pair it to Wi-Fi. First things first, we're going to hold the negative or the down and the up button simultaneously. We're going to hold it for about 3 seconds until the CMM light starts to blink. That means the pump is ready to pair. On our Illuminex app, let's go to Add a Device. We're going to start to search for a new device, and we're going to add it. And now the device is pairing. It might take a few seconds to pair. AquaPump VSF added successfully. Done. And now we're here on the pump interface. Here we can adjust the pump speed. We can control the priming time. We can control our unit between liters per minute and gallons per minute. We can set our self-priming speed, our quick clean time, our quick clean speed, and we also can log the number of hours that the pump has been running. This pump is warranted for 10,000 hours, 2 years if you purchase the pump on its own, or 3 years if you buy 3 or more equipment pieces for your swimming pool. So, for the sake of this test, let's remove the self-priming to 0, and we're going to start the pump normally. We can hear the pump starting up. We can increase the speed. We can control our pump in flow mode, gallons per minute, or speed mode, rounds per minute, RPM. The pump will learn the flow, and it can adjust the flow to maintain your desired flow rate. So this is actually one of the most quiet pumps on the market. As you can hear, it's whisper quiet. Now this is it running at maximum speed. Normally, you won't have it at maximum speed. Running at around 2300, 2200 RPM. You can hear the noise. Very, very quiet. Install it in your backyard. Enjoy your time beside it. You won't even know it's there. All right, so this pump, just like all of our other Wi-Fi controlled products, works with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So as you can see, we're connected with Wi-Fi right now. Let's go into the settings, turn off our Wi-Fi, return back to the app, and we can start the pump. So in the event of a Wi-Fi outage, you can still control your pump with Bluetooth. So we have 2 drainage ports here. These are for winterization, or if you ever want to relieve all the water from your pump. Open up your drainage ports. And let the water drain out. Now you see some water comes out of this. This is a brand new pump. This pump has been tested in the factory to make sure it works fine. There's a little bit of residue left inside. That's how confident we are in our products. Every single unit gets tested.